Welcome back to Young Truck Reactions. The first video we're going to do is New Jersey influencer Ashlee Jenae found unalive at resort. Let's get into it.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again to y'all with another video. Hope y'all had a very great day. Hope y'all had a very great week. My day is going absolutely magnificent. Big shout out to all the channel members and subscribers to Trey King Show family. And much love to all of you. And you all, we have a strange story. Now, I'm sure a lot of you all have heard about this story because it's very puzzling, but at the same time, the signs are always there, like I tell you all. And now before I start the story, I want to send a special condolence out to the family and friends of 31-year-old Ashlee Robinson, because it's very sad and tragic what happened to this young lady. And
Ashlee Robinson is her legal name, and she goes by Ashlee Jenae as a content creator. Just wanted to make sure you guys knew that, because you guys heard me announce her YouTube name when I started. Let's continue.
I tell you all in these videos, where there's smoke, there's always a fire. Now, I want you all to think about this one simple thing right here. What person who is living their best life, who is clearly happy and also motivating other people on social media, what person like that would take their own life? Think about that, family. And more than anything, let's be for real. I'm not trying to be racist, but we got to tell the truth, right? What black person do you know or ever heard of who wanted to take their life, hung themselves? I never heard that in my life.
Never have. Usually it's one of those push button machines, a sword of justice, medication, things like that for our type of people, not by hanging. Let's continue.
Now, I have did all kinds of videos for those who have been watching me for the last 9.5 years, and not once have I did a story about a black person who wants to take their life, hung themselves. Now, I did all kinds of stories where they shot themselves, but never have I ever heard of a black person who wants to take their life, hung themselves. Now, they might kill themselves some kind of other way, but never hanging themselves. As in the case of this story right here. Now, I want you all to understand one thing, that everything that shines is not gold, and everything that look good is not good for your soul. Now, also, this story right here is a cautionary tale to show you that just because a person professes to love you or like you does not really mean that person love or like you. But as this story is going to unfold, it's going to leave you with many questions, and the main question you're going to ask yourself is this: why would this woman travel halfway across the world just to take her own life when you can do that here in the United States?
Panama City,
Advertisement, y'all. 1 moment.
where you can be you. The longer the walk on the beach, the shorter the work week feels. Panama City Beach. Make it yours at the Real Fun Beach.
Wondering how I got here?
Can't skip it right now.
Well, when you get a taste for something different, different is all you'll live for.
Trident.
Let's begin.
The mystery surrounding the death of a social media influencer from New Jersey is deepening.
We just want the truth. We just want to know what happened.
Earlier this month, Ashlee Robinson, better known as Ashlee Jenae, was on vacation with her boyfriend at a resort in Tanzania. Images posted online show her celebrating her 31st birthday and getting engaged to her boyfriend, 45-year-old Joseph McCann.
Yeah, someone that just got engaged and celebrating their 33 age birthday unalive themselves, and they're a social media influencer. Suspicious much? My homicide detective instincts are on high alert as a person who always wanted to be a homicide detective. Let's continue.
Now, family, this incident had taken place Thursday, April the 9th in Zanzibar, Tanzania, where 31-year-old Ashlee Jenae, along with 45-year-old Joe McCain, was celebrating Ashlee's birthday. Now, Ashlee's birthday was that Sunday, April the 5th. Now, Ashlee Jenae, along with Joe, left the United States February the 3rd, which happened to be a Friday, when they took a 15.5-hour flight to Tanzania. And once the couple got to Tanzania, they celebrated Ashley's birthday, Sunday, April the 5th. Now, during this safari trip, Joe McCain had proposed to Ashlee, where you all see this picture right here. And now after seeing this photo and also the video, you would think to yourself that everything is okay. But like I told you, where there's smoke, there's always a fire. And now fast forward to Monday, April the 6th, that's when Ashlee Jenae, along with Joe McCain, checked into the resort. And once again, the resort goes by the name of the Zuri Resort. Now, they stayed in a room all the way from Monday all the way to Wednesday. But when Wednesday came, that's when hell broke loose. And the couple started having problems. Now, the main question remains is this right here. Why was the couple arguing? And also, why was they fighting? But as you all are going to see, Ashlee was fine. She even talked to her mom. She told her mom she was happy. So once again, why would somebody who's happy, profess to be happy, show they're happy, take their own life? And once again, what black person do you know that's going to hang themselves? Think about that, family. Let's continue.
Never heard of it. Never heard of that. Like I said earlier, medication, a push button machine, a sword of justice. Absolutely. But our culture is not usually, not hanging. Let's continue.
She was happy. This is what she wanted.
She FaceTimed me, showed me her ring. She's like, Papa, I'm happy.
And now, after hearing what Ashlee's mom and dad had stated, they stated that Ashlee called them to tell them how happy she was and also to show off the ring that Joe had bought her. Now, once again, does that sound like someone who wants to take their life? And also, if she's so unhappy, why didn't the parents notice? And also, why didn't she tell her parents if there was any problems that was arising? So after Ashlee had called her parents to tell them how happy she was and to show off her ring, roughly a day later, which brings us to Wednesday, April the 8th, that's when her mom and dad received another phone call. Let's continue.
But days later, local authorities say hotel guests reported a romantic conflict between the couple, prompting management to move McCann to a separate room. A few hours later, authorities say she was found unresponsive in her room by hotel staff.
And now, family, this is where the story get real funky at. Now, Ashlee had called her mom and dad April the 8th and told her mom that Joe and her had got into an argument, had got into a fight, to the point it was so bad that the hotel staff had to come separate them. And not only did they separate them,
they had to literally move them into separate rooms. That's how bad the fighting was between them. Trey is getting ready to get into that, so I wanted to pause to kind of talk about that from my perspective. First he gives her a ring, they get engaged, it's her birthday, they're in another country, then, all of a sudden, now they're into it, and it's so bad that they have to put them in separate rooms. Like I said, my homicide detective instincts are on high alert. Let's continue.
By moving them into different rooms, but they moved Joe 8 to 10 minutes walking distance from Ashlee. Now, the question I want to ask you all is this right here. By them moving him so far away, why would they move him so far away from her? Because you would think to yourself, if it was a minor argument, why move them so far apart? So that goes to show you they was fighting. And now remember one key thing, the hotel staff had to separate them. Now, after the hotel staff separated them, that's when Joe had came back 3 hours later with the hotel staff to check on Ashlee. So if you all got to a fight that was so bad that they had to move you to the other part of the island, why would you come back and check on her 3 hours later? So the story goes also that Joe and the hotel staff went to the room, and that's when they found Ashlee hung to a door. And the way that she was hung to the door was by a belt.
She was hanging from the door. And then one of the things that Trey will get into here in a moment, and, obviously, like when I was first hearing this by homicide detective, in me wanting to be a homicide detective, in me just send alarm bells that, like, he could have done this to her and then, caused a scene in front of the people, like, hey, me and my, fiance, we just got engaged today. I just gave her a ring today. She's been my girlfriend for so long, whatever. We got into it. It's been a little while. I'm going to go check on her. And really, he already went there, unalived her and then set up the scene to make it look like she hung herself. I've seen so many cases of situations like that where they've somebody unalived someone, then made it look like playing victim, all that. And usually in those types of cases, it is usually like somebody who's close to them, a relative, a romantic partner, somebody who maybe they feel bad after the fact and all that. Will try to make it set up a whole scene. Not saying that that's what he's doing. I mean, we don't know. Somebody else could have done it. Maybe she did do it to herself, if we want to look at it from all perspectives. But like Trey said, it's highly unlikely that she did that. And my homicide detective instinct in me makes it seem like highly impossible. That went down like that. Let's continue.
They wrapped a belt around her neck and hung her from a door. Now, once again, what black person do you know is going to do that to themselves? And also, don't you find it strange that Joe would come back 3 hours later with the hotel staff to check on Ashlee? So once again, why would he come back to the room when they were just separated hours prior? Think about that. Now, I'm not saying Joe took his fiancé life or anything like that because we don't have evidence. But to me, in my honest opinion, it does seem like Joe know more than what he's saying, or he may be the one who done it. But don't you find it very suspicious that they would have a fight and then he would have to move so far away from her and then he would come back 3 hours later with the hotel staff and they found her dead? So the question remains is this right here, family. Why would he come back with a hotel staff? You know why? And once again, I'm not saying that he's guilty, but let's just paint a picture. And by having a witness, which happened to be the hotel staff, maybe they will make him look innocent in his eyes. But clearly, Tanzania seemed different because, once again, they took his passport. So for all the people that are saying Joe flew back to the United States, no. Joe's ass is still in Tanzania.
Yeah, and also, Mr. You-know-who up in D.C. would have sent him right on back if he was here to go face what he did. Trust and believe. He don't want those types of issues here. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure he would have been sent right on back if he did come here. But no, he is not here. He is still in Tanzania while that's all going on. Let's continue.
Now, the next part you all are going to hear is going to show you that Joe McCain looked even more suspicious. Listen to this.
I did receive a phone call from Joe. He told me that Ashlee did something to herself and that she was being taken to the hospital, and that he told me that she was stable.
And now, family, remember,
this is the thing. He's peeing on the mom's leg. You know what I mean when I say that? He's peeing on her leg. Feeding this false narrative. Oh, she cool. Oh, she did something to herself. Oh, she gonna be all right. We gonna continue our vacation and we'll be home soon. He just feeding the mom lies and peeing on her leg. Yeah, looking more suspicious. Yeah, my homicide detective alarm bells is ringing off the hook like a cell phone. Let's continue.
there's one key thing. Ashlee's body was found in her room Wednesday, April the 8th. Now, fast forward to April the 9th. That's when the family received a phone call from Joe telling them that Ashlee was found in her room and that she did something to herself. Not only did he fail to mention that she was found hanged, but at the same time, he had the nerve, the gall to tell the mom that she's going to be okay. But as you all see, Ashlee is not okay because, number one, she's not here with us. So why would he call the mom and gaslight the mom and tell the mom that her daughter did something to herself and that she would be okay when he found her unresponsive with a belt tied around her neck hung from a door? Now, does that sound like somebody who's going to be okay?
Absolutely not. A belt tied around her neck, y'all, hanging from a door. And he's telling the mom, oh, everything's all cool. oh, you know, she'll be all right. Oh, we'll continue our vacation. We'll be home soon. Yeah, she just tried to hurt herself a little bit, but she all good. Peeing on the mom's leg, knowing that that's not the case. He should be a damn shame for even doing that. Let's continue.
And also, ask yourself this. Why did he relay that information to the mom? Why lead the mom on to make her think that her child is still alive? That maybe she had a bad slip and fall? Think about that, family. That's why I said in the beginning of the video that everything that shines is not gold. And also, just because a person professes they love you does not necessarily mean they love you. Because as we all know, people wear masks even when it's not Halloween. And I feel very sorry for this young lady because, number one, they're trying to make it look like she killed herself. Now, once again, black people do not hang themselves. Now, true enough, they take their lives just like any other race of people. But I never, ever heard of a black person killing themselves by hanging themselves. Let's close up.
After receiving treatment at 2 hospitals, Robinson was declared deceased. A hospital medical report suggesting she died tired of
Advertising
sifting
mahal,
through
y'all.
jobs that don't feel like the right fit. Introducing Indeed Career Scout.
Let's skip it right
Find a
now.
job that's right for you.
Hold on, let me see now.
Noting an unidentified mark around her neck. But Robinson's family not accepting that explanation. A hospital medical report suggesting she died. Noting an unidentified mark around her neck. But Robinson's family not accepting that explanation. They want more information.
She's never done anything that would ever lead me to believe that she would do something to harm herself like that. She was happy.
And now in closing, after Ashlee was declared dead, the Zurich Resort had notified the family and told the family what happened to their daughter. Joe did not even tell the parents what happened. Now,
And that is crazy. He didn't even tell the mom and dad what happened. They found out through the resort and the hospital. But this is a person who just gave her a ring, proposed, and went on a trip with her, or they took a trip together, or he took her on a trip, whatever. And, you know, doted her and all that. And then made it seem like to her parents, when something happened to her, made it seem like she was going to be all right. Like Trey said, be mindful of who you talk to. I say this in a lot of my videos. Be mindful of who you talk to. Be mindful of who you're dating and getting to know or getting engaged to or even married to. People change and all of that. So be mindful because this is crazy. He then took her on a trip for her birthday. Next thing you know, she's hanging from a door in a whole nother country. Hanging from a door. This is crazy, yo. But people want to date people and kick it with people based off of, status and what somebody looked like and what they're making sure that their friends agree. Let me tell you something. Your friends ain't the one that's dating them. You are. You're the one that's kicking it with them. Your friends are not going to be there to save you if they all of a sudden lash out. Just did a video on a whole senator, a former senator, where he unalived his wife and himself and left their kids in this world alone. So it can happen to anybody, anything where your person can snap, flip out, or anything. But you should be mindful of who you kicking it with anyway. In all situations, be mindful of who you kicking it with. Don't be so quick to turn somebody else away because of something where you're trying to worry about making sure that this person will be impressive to your friends. Because at the end of the day, the only person that this person matters about being impressed with is by you and yourself alone. Because they're not going to hurt your friends physically. Because they're not living with your friends. They're not there with your friends. They're not sleeping with your friends. They're not going on dates with your friends. They're going on dates with you. They're sleeping with you. They're dating you. They're marrying you. They're engaged to you. Be mindful. And don't be so quick to turn somebody else away because you're worried about what somebody else will feel and what somebody else will say. Because then you could end up in a situation like this. Again, like Trey said, and like I said earlier as well too, not necessarily saying that he did it, but just his behavior, right? Telling the mom she gonna be all right, and she just tried to unalive herself, but we got her, and come to find out he peeing on her leg, and she getting calls from a whole nother country and the hospital, saying that, I hope her fiance let you know that, your daughter has been unalived. We're so sorry. What? That's not what he said. He said that she was going to be all right and she just at the hospital. Because when you go on these trips as a person who has a passport, when you go on these trips, you have a list of people that you write down as contacts, for the people to call to notify them that something happened to you in that country. This is crazy, yo. Let's continue.
Himself this also. Why would he withhold that information? And also, why did he not tell the family the truth? You know why? Because it would make him look guilty. That's common sense right there. And once again, as you all heard, the mom stated that her daughter was not thinking about taking her life. She never seen any signs or anything like that. So why would a young lady who's in the prime of her life travel all the way to Tanzania to go to a 5-star resort just to take her own life, when clearly there was no signs of her ever being violent toward her own self? And once again, why would Joe McCain, her fiance, withhold that information, the most volatile information? Now, ask yourself this also. What's the chances of someone having an argument with their spouse, and then 3 hours later, the spouse come back to the room with a hotel staff and they find the other spouse deceased? And also not only deceased, but hung from a door. But in closing, I just find it very sad and appalling that the media is trying to paint this woman out to be like she took her own life.
And that's sad that they always so quick to do that to our people, trying to make it seem like, this had to happen, and be so quick to close the door on the case when that may not be exactly what happened. Investigate it. The same thing back here in the U.S. They do the same thing. Don't want to investigate. As soon as somebody say, they did this, or whatever, this is what happened, and then that's what happened. It's not an investigation. There should be. Let's continue.
Clearly, the science says otherwise. And also, why was the fiance acting so erratic? Why was he not telling the family the truth, being forthcoming with them? And also, after you found her in her room with a belt wrapped around her neck, why would you wait 11 hours to contact the parents, to tell the parents the truth? And then, when you contact the parents, you didn't tell them the truth. You basically told them a lie, really. Because as you all know, she was not okay. Because once again, if she was okay, like Joseph had told the mom, she would still be here today. So, do you think Joe McCain did something to Ashlee? Please let me know in the comment section. Anyway, you already know what you think about this story. If there's anything I may have missed or misinformed, which is not my true intent, please let me know in the comment section, or you can email me and we can talk about it more there. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Also share the video with your family and friends. Till next time, you all stay blessed. And don't go chasing waterfalls. Please don't. Because just because somebody have a lot of money does not mean they have your best interests at heart. But anyway, you all have a great weekend and stay safe and stay blessed. And I will see y'all soon on next Trey King Show. And I'm out.
Yeah, that is that's sad, man. Prayers go out to her family, her mom, dad, any siblings that she may have, friends, anybody else who know her from the content community. As a content creator myself, my love goes out to her family. It really just seems like he did something or knows something, as my homicide detective in me just tells me that. I'm glad they took his passport so he can't leave. Obviously, I knew that they were going to do that anyway. Yeah, this is tough. Knowing that another content creator, something like this happened to them, let alone anybody. Nothing like this should happen to anybody. As a person who always wanted to be a homicide detective, this type of stuff really bothers me. It's just so sad. Let me know what you guys think. I will have Trey's video pinned at the top of the chat as always, and in a link in the description. Let me know what y'all think. Drop some comments. Like the video. Share it. This is crazy. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, join the Young Trip family. And also let me know what you guys think about my audio. I plugged my DJI microphones into the GoPro. It sounds like the audio is a lot better to me than using Bluetooth. So I wanted y'all to let me know what y'all think about that as well too. Like I said, drop some comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I drop videos like this every day. I also got music on my channel as well too. I see that, a lot of people are watching, but I haven't gained, any new subs in maybe about a week or so. So just wanted to definitely to, let y'all know that. I got music, got other reaction videos as well too. I drop a new reaction every day. Just like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and let me know what you guys think of this video, and drop some comments and what y'all think happened in this situation. I personally really think that he knows more, that he possibly has done something, and I know eventually the truth will come out. I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.